Governor Walz, how are you? Thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, it's a privilege to be with you. Thanks for having me.
We've got less than 2 weeks. How are you feeling in the home stretch of this election?
Well, I'm feeling good. I think the American public know this couldn't be a starker choice. You saw the vice president on town hall last night, answering all questions, laying out a plan for America. And you don't see Donald Trump. His team says is exhausted. He's, creating an enemies list and talking about the virtues of Adolf Hitler. And I have to tell you, we knew this was going to be a tough race. We know it's close there in Wisconsin. I've been out there, but the crowds are Madison and Racine. Folks want solutions. And I look at it as a football coach. We're the underdogs. We're down, but we got the ball and we're driving, and we're going to win this thing.
They tried to create an urban-rural divide, that rural voters were being disrespected by the Democrats. They forgot about or forsaked rural voters. Do you see that as being true? And what are rural voters saying?
I do see it's true that they've tried to do this. It's been going on for about 20 years or so, and it's absolutely shameful. Rural America and we share the common values, but the fact of the matter is there are things that rural America needs to have done. One of the things is we need to make sure we're strengthening the rural hospitals, making sure that they have the services. The infrastructure law that passed helps those communities, not just roads and bridges, but things like water treatment plants. Those rural areas, while they're aging, we need to make sure that there's access to in-home care through Medicare, things the vice president is proposing. And so, these are folks that tried to have us grievances. And you have Donald Trump goes to our great cities like Milwaukee, like Detroit, like Minneapolis, and has nothing but crap to spew on it when we know that we're all in this together. Our relatives live across this country. So I think the vice president laying out a plan, wanting to be president for all Americans, wanting to make sure her policies benefit everyone, not just those who vote for us. And I think that idea of her sitting there making a to-do list by listening to the American public and him sitting there making an enemies list and bragging about his love of Adolf Hitler's generals in these last 12 days is going to shift people. They know it. And he continues to try and divide us. She wants to bring us together and bring unity, and that's why I'm so proud to be on this ticket.
Governor Walz, I've been watching this campaign very closely, very intensely, and you are being received very, very well at the rallies and at the events that you are attending. So we appreciate you being a part of this ticket because it makes it very well-rounded. But what is something that you maybe have heard or something you have learned as you're visiting these different places and engaging these voters, something that we may not be aware of?
Well, I think that they have the same desire we do. I think they want us to believe, and they being, I think, Donald Trump, and I think that the MAGA folks want us to believe that, their neighbors are their enemy or that these solutions can't be fixed. Donald Trump likes to talk about the problems, and then he blows up any type of solutions. And I think the vast majority of people, there's a lot more unity. And whether you're rural or urban, and I know a lot of rural folks listening, just like me, I'm a gun owner, a hunter and things, but they care deeply about gun violence. They care about their children. They care about school shootings. They care about accidental shootings in homes, things that we could do that would be common sense things. And I think they don't want us to believe how much we have in common. They continue trying to do it. So when I go to these rallies, I see folks, and there's folks that, like, we're seeing it, whether it's Liz Cheney or others, folks that don't agree with us on every policy, but do agree that we should protect the Constitution, do agree that we should be unified as a country, do believe we should stand with our allies and not cozy up to dictators like Vladimir Putin. Those are things that I think I see it, and I believed this, but seeing it with my own eyes across the entire country. I'm down in North Carolina now. I'll be up in Philadelphia tonight. I was in Racine 2 nights ago. Those are things that there's much more in common, and I think folks are ready to turn the page on this chaos, turn the page on the nonsense, turn the page on everything has to be a mean tweet or a smart aleck nickname about somebody. That needs to end.
I agree, Governor Walz. We are tired of the divisions. And actually, when you can get Wisconsin Green Bay Packer fans to vote for a Vikings fan, then I know that unity is right there around the corner.
Amen. I'll tell you, I got to visit Lambeau, and it was an experience. And they reminded me, they showed me that big Lombardi trophy when you first come in the stadium. They said, you don't have one of these in Minnesota. And I said, I know that. But hey, NFC North Super Bowl is going to be coming out of the NFC North, so that's good news.
Indeed, they are. Governor Walz, it's been an absolute pleasure. Give him hell on the campaign trail, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you again very soon before the election.
Thanks, Sherwin. Talk to you soon.
All right. Bye. Bye-bye. You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 FM. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.